Hello, welcome to my house and welcome to my channel. I'm Laura Cepeda and today I will show you how you can make this blouse, but you won't believe how easy it is. You will see that with just few steps you will create this amazing blouse. I made this blouse making two grannies that are here in the sleeves, and that if we join it we are going to create this v-neck, and you will decide the length of the blouse that you want. In this case I decided to make it a little bit short, and also I will show you how you can make it in different sizes. But well, before we start, it's important that you subscribe. It's free. Well, this will be a short blouse. It will be a large size. It will be for my size. And I will use one skein of yarn of 250 grams. In this case, it's between medium and bulky, between number 4 and 5, and we will use the hook of number 3 millimeters. First, we will start making the two squares, the two big grannies that will make the sleeves and part of the shoulders too. First, we will make 5 chains. Then we are going to close in circle. We are going to slip one. We will go up with 3 chains, and then we will start making some leaves. Then we are going to make a double crochet, and we will leave the last loop in hold. Again, yarn over and a third double crochet. Once you have all the loops in hold, bring them through and make 1 chain to close, then 5 chains more. Then again we are going to make a third leaf. Again inside we are going to make the first double crochet, then the second double crochet, and remember that we are going to leave the last loops in hold, and then a third double crochet. Okay, then we are going to bring all of the loops together and make 1 close to chain. Sorry, 1 chain to close, then 5 chains more. Again inside a third leaf. So again we are going to make 3 double crochet, and we will leave the last loops in hold. Like this we are going to continue until we have 4 leaves. Well, at the end of the 4 leaves we are going to finish with 5 chains, and now we are going to slip 1 to close right here in the top of the first leaf. Okay, so this is the center of the granny. So then we are going to slip 1 here in the center, and we will go up with 3 chains. Right here in the corner we are going to make 2 leaves together. Now we have the leaves in hold, bring them through, make 1 chain to close, then 5 chains, and again together 3 double crochet, leaving the last loops in hold. And this will be the corner of the granny, right? So we are going to make 2 leaves together, then 1 chain to close, and this is the first corner. And well, like this is the first row, so in this row we must have 4 corners, so all the corners will be double, okay? But in the coming rows, every time that we have a corner we are going to repeat and make it double. So well, in this row we are going to continue and make all the corners. Well, this is the end of this row. As you could see, here we have the 4 corners and all of them went double. Now we finish with 5 chains, and we are going to slip 1 to close. Okay, so now we are going to start with the next row. Here we have to make a corner, right? So we are going to slip 1 to close, and then right there start with the first petal. Then we are going to make 5 chains, and again a second petal right there in the same space. Remember that here we are making a corner, and we are going to make a leaf, slip 1, then make 1 chain to close, and then 5 chains. We have to keep with the 5 chains because we don't want to create the spoon effect. So here we are going to make one leaf, sorry, only one because it's one side. Only in the corners is where we are going to make it double. Again 5 chains, and here in the corner we are going to make it double, and in the sides we are going to make only 1 leaf, remember. Well, and like this we are going to continue following these instructions, making the corners double and the sides single, and with 5 chains between leaves, you see. So like this we are going to finish this row, and then we are going to continue keeping with these instructions and following these steps, making more rows until we get the size of the granny that we want. In this case I did get ahead, so let me count how many rows I made, and I will tell you. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 rows. Okay, so I made 12 rows. I will tell you the centimeters so you can have them as a reference, but more or less according to your size. If you fold it, this more be your sleeve and a little bit more, because these sleeves will be a little bit loose. So you are going to decide how many rows you want to make following the instructions. The important thing is that you see that you don't have like the spoon effect. If you do, well, make it more loose. Okay, so in centimeters from side to side, remember that this is a complete square, we have 50 centimeters. Okay, so if you fold it, as I told you, you have to see and to check that your arm it's perfectly fits here and a little bit more. And this side is the one that will create the v-neck that I told you that I showed you, right? So well, for now let's make two squares the same with the same number of rows and everything. Remember I made 12, and see you there. So well, here I have the two squares ready. So this will be the v-neck that I told you. So here I put two markers. If I fold it, I will have something like this. Alright, so please try on, and if you need more space for your neck, we'll take that into account. Here is the space that we are going to use for the arms, mainly for the shoulders, and this will be the part at the end of the sleeve, right? Well, once you decide that your squares are okay and it perfectly fits, now we are going to start making more rows from side to side, and we will decide the length of the blouse that we want. You have to take into account that you have to be okay also with the neckline, okay? So your head has to perfectly fit and it has to be a little bit open, and the neckline needs more wide and open, so take that into account, it's not too close. Once you are sure, well, we are going to start making more rows from side to side, but I will show you. And we are going to use the same leaf stitch. Well, look, at the end I try on again with the markers, and I wanted the neckline more wide, and I feel that I will feel more comfortable if I add more, if I add one row more. So at the end I add one row. I made 13 instead of 12. I made the same in the other square too, and well, now I think it's ready. If you want to make it for a larger size, well, you can increase more rows, and please remember that it's important that you crochet a little bit loose, because if not you are going to make the spoon effect, so your break won't look good. Okay, so relax and make it a little bit loose. So like this is how we are going to transform these two squares into the blouse that we want. So we are going to fold it right in half like this, one square, and we are going to make the same with the other square too. Please take into account that when you fold it, both pieces are facing to the right side, okay? So we are going to put two markers in front, two markers in the back. We are going to leave this space open, and we are going to close just the end to make the sleeves a piece like this. And also in the other side too. I will show you how we are going to join it, and then I will show you how we are going to make the rest of the stitch and the rest of the body with the leaves stitch that we have been using, okay? But I will show you. Well, so we are going to calculate the distance that we are going to sew. So we are going to put a marker right here, and then we are going to divide, and exactly in the half is where we are going to stop sewing, okay? So we will sew from here to the half. So I will use an embroidery needle with a big eye, and I will use the same thread, and I will make the invisible stitch. I will take one stitch from here and one stitch from the other side, but sorry, I didn't bind off correct. So now I make a knot right there. So we will start again. We will use the meridian needle, right? So we are going to start from the bottom to the top. Remember that this is the invisible stitch. So we are going to perfectly match one stitch with the other, and we will go in order. We are going to make the same with the other sleeve too, okay? And we are going to sew also the same distance. And like this is how we are going to sew the rest. Well, look, I will stop a little bit before of the exact half. So like 2 leaves before, and I will stop right there. Well, I will leave this thread in whole because I will make the same with the other sleeve too, but I want to try on, and if I need to sew more, I will do it, or maybe I need to undo. So look, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces, and I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces too, and I leave the threads in whole in case I need to sew more. For example, if I want to make this blouse to me, I will calculate that the white and I could perfectly fit in this space, right? So approximately I need 45 centimeters. So here is where we stop to sewing, right? So from here and to the other side where we stop sewing to, we must have 45 centimeters. So we are going to continue with the same stitch. Here we are going to open a little bit. We won't close. I will tell you how we are going to make it here, and then we are going to continue making more rows all around like this, following and making the same stitch, and we won't increase. You will see, I will show you. For now, I will show you how we are going to join, and I will make the first row with you, and then I will let you so you can make the rows that you need. Okay, so let's start. Well, so I will start right here. I will leave this thread and later I will hide it. So we will start in this space. I will take the stitch, we will go up with thread chains, and right here inside we are going to make the first leaf. We will leave all the loops in hold. We are going to bring them through one chain to close, and we are going to make 5 chains. Then in the next space again we are going to make the second leaf. Here in this part you will define the size. So remember that from side to side I put 45 centimeters. Probably you will need less or more. This is up to you. But we also don't leave too much space. Take into account that especially things that are crocheted and more with this kind of stitch that it's more open and loose, the project and the blouse and the stitch tend to look bigger once you finish, okay, because it tends to open. So take into account that, because sometimes we want to leave more space, but the crocheted things tend to be more elastic and flexible, right? So don't worry too much. Just, of course, try it before and see if it kind of fit on you or not, okay? So, well, in my case, in my size, I leave 45 centimeters. I will continue making the stitch a little bit more loose. If you feel that you crochet too tight, well, change the number of your hook for a bigger number. But well, we are going to continue making the stitch. The leaves stitch is basically all the same, and if you want here in this part you can change the color or you can continue. In this case I will continue using the same color, and so far I think that this project is so easy. So if you are a beginner, I think that you can perfectly make it. Well, I want to arrive where the marker is, where the joint of the neckline is, and here is where we are going to make a jump and leave more space so it can look more open. So look here, we are going to make the 5 chains, and then we are going to jump to the next space right here, and we are going to go to the next square. Okay, so this is exactly the half of the blouse, so I will take the marker out so the neckline could open more. You see, now the neckline will be like more opened and wider. But well, this is up to you. If you want to have like more closed neckline, you are going to slip one to join and then continue, but this is up to you. So we are going to continue with the stitch until the next thread is, and then from here we are going to jump to the next space, and then we are going to continue with the back, and we are going to continue making more rows all around like this, and then we are going to arrive where we started, right? So we are going to go up and then slip, and right here in the middle we are going to start with the next row. Like this we are going to make more rows until we get the length of the blouse that we want, right? Well, this is where we join it, right? So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12 rows. I don't have too much material left, so I will stop here, and I just at the end made this row of shells, so I will show you how I made it. So we are right here, so we are going to make again 1, 2, 3 chains, 4, yarn over twice, and in the same space where we started we are going to make a long double crochet. Again, yarn over twice, and we will take 1, 2, 2 and the last 2. Now we are going to jump and arrive to the next space and make single crochet, and like this is how we are going to make this last row for the edge. We are going to use the same decoration for the neck and also for the sleeves. Okay, and with this row we finished. Remember that you can make as many rows as you need for the blouse that you want. You can make more or less rows, and you can make a crop top, or if you continue you can even make a dress, right? It's so simple, it's so easy to continue. I hope that you have enjoyed making this blouse with me. As you could see here, I decorate the neck and also the sleeves, and at the end we are going to iron using a protection under, very soft and gently. And well, now let's see how it looks. Well, what do you think? Before you go, I want to invite all of you to subscribe. Just click here the red button below, and when it turns gray, it means that you are subscribed. Thank you so much for watching, and please stay tuned for coming videos. If you like it, don't forget to share it, to leave me a comment, and if you want, you can follow me too in all my social media. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.